Last year at the World Economic Forum, a 16-year-old girl named Greta said, "Our house is on fire. I don't want your hope. I want you to panic because our house is on fire." She was talking about climate change, but the same could be said of women in organizations. With 87% global buying power and 59% of the advanced degrees, only 1 in 5 women, or 1 in 25 for women in color, ever make it into C-suite positions. Are we noticing? Do we care? Women are a resource that organizations cannot afford to lose. They are used to not fitting in, and as such, they appreciate and value differences. She has practiced being vulnerable, but she can't really be Frank. This is Frank. Maybe you know him. Or maybe you recognize the masculine values that are everywhere in organizations, including many women. You hear her say, "Can I just be Frank? Let me be Frank if I can just be Frank." If you hear a woman ask if she can be Frank, know that it's a rhetorical question. She knows she can't be Frank because Frank doesn't have to ask permission to be himself. Talented, competent, and educated women are done with Frank's organizations and are leaving or will be leaving soon. Here are the top 3 reasons why and the clear signals she sends that lets you know that she's on the move while she's still inside the organization. She's tired. She's tired of explaining, she's tired of justifying, she's tired of apologizing. She's tired of playing Frank's games in high heels while moving backwards with little to no recognition and certainly lower pay. She fights to be heard, she fights to be seen, she fights to be taken seriously, she fights for a seat at the table, and while she's really good at it, she knows it's not her game and that ultimately she can't win. There are more CEOs named Steve and John and James than there are women CEOs, period. The US is ranked number 51 with regard to the gender gap, and it's projected it will take 167 years to close that gap. In North America, which brings me to number 2, she's pissed. She won't tell you this because it's not okay for women to express their anger, but here's what you'll hear instead. "I'm confused, I'm concerned, I don't understand, I'm disheartened." If you hear a woman say any of these phrases, know that she's pissed and she's trying to be diplomatic. But look no further than the women's marches, and you'll see that she's done being delicate and is getting more fierce. Number 3, she's on a mission. Women have a long history of fighting for social justice, equality, our earth, and our freedom. All issues are her issues, just like all children are her children. She is plugged in. Women's bodies are designed to grow and sustain life even if they never have a child. So they know when they are in a system that doesn't support a human life, and they will either languish or they'll leave. But she won't do so without first asking why. Women and the feminine values they'll bring, if left to their own devices, will insist that corporate responsibility, environmental stewardship, will be factored into conversations about growth, profit, and shareholder values. Women are leaving organizations in a steady stream, but what about the woman who doesn't have the privilege of education, the financial stability, or the freedom to leave? Women are really good at recruiting other women. Relationships matter, and women at the helm get this and are actively enlisting human resources that are either invisible or considered disposable at Frank's organizations. What our US history books don't teach us is that women have rarely needed permission, authority, or even space to lead major political, social, or economic change. In fact, all they've ever needed is each other, so she's good to go. So here's my main point tonight, is this isn't really about women. It's about the toxic masculine energy that has been left to govern our organizations for too long. Our house is on fire, and Frank is at the heart of it. There's a revolution happening, and it's being led by women, not Frank. The opportunity for organizations today is to do what the notorious RBG asks. All I ask of our brethren is they take their feet off our necks. Organizations today don't need to just give women a seat at the table. They need to get Frank out of her way and follow her lead. Thank you. Thank you.